Welcome viewers, I'm Candy G. Welcome to Chat House. I'm doing this video to send a message to our beloved South African brothers because of what they have been doing to other black Africans living in their country. Let's get it done. What if I told you that the biggest problem in South Africa is not the black foreigners, not Nigerians, not Zimbabweans, not Senegalese, and not Ghanaians? What if it's something deeper, something internal, something that has nothing to do with borders? Because every time violence breaks out, people are killed, then question comes up, who are the enemies? Before I proceed, I want us to look at some videos I'm going to show you here, so that when you listen to this video, you will know the truth. Who are the real enemies?
Someone stood up in a meeting I was speaking and he said, they took our jobs. I said, after the meeting, come to me. Let's go fetch the job that they took from you. The person has never worked in his entire life, but they took his job. You don't have jobs because the economy is not growing, not because Zimbabweans are here. Once they tell you the economy is not growing, then you must know there will never be jobs.
Now that you've seen the video, I believe you can now tell where the problem is coming from. Okay, yes, it is true. South Africa is one of the biggest economies in Africa. Successful economy. But behind its success lies a great struggle. Social inequality, economic instability, and so many others. The struggle to survive, the struggle to live in a conducive environment with the rich white people and the rich government officials. This is to tell you that the wealth in South Africa is not evenly distributed.
In your home, you've got a fence and you are poor. Why is the fence not helping you at home if fence means success? There's no fence in Lesotho, no fence in Zimbabwe.
So you can see, when survival becomes difficult, frustration always needs an outlet. And that is the reason behind xenophobia in South Africa. Now that you've seen these videos, you can now tell who are the real enemies. You can now tell where the problem is coming from. South Africans, I have a message for you. The problem you are facing today is not new to other African countries. We all are facing the same. Nigeria is facing the same thing. Ghana is facing the same thing. In fact, 80% of African countries are facing this same problem. But we don't hurt foreigners in our country because of this particular problem. Rather, we face our government. Through public opinion, we tell our government what we are facing. Through public opinion, we advise our government to do things right. Through election, we make changes. This is how it's done. Nation building is not by killing foreigners in your country. Nation building is done with wisdom. I respect Julius Malema. He knows the truth. I'm proud of him. He knows the truth in South Africa. And he has been saying it. But guess what? No backup. Nobody is supporting him. We are used to silencing people who choose to stand up for others.
Hate me for what you want. I will never preach the division of African people. If it's going to cost me vote, let it be, because I will never be voted for by xenophobic individuals.
South Africans know their problem. They know that the government is not creating jobs. They know that the government in South Africa is not doing enough. But instead of facing their government and tell their governments their problem, rather they decide to channel the aggression or push the aggression against the innocent black foreigners in their country. They claim that foreigners are taking their jobs. I bet you when you look at the jobs they are claiming that foreigners are taking away from them, you see that these jobs are manual jobs. These are manual jobs, traders trading on the streets, hustling. Then tell me how these black foreigners are taking their jobs. To trade on the streets is very simple. It is open to everybody. Then why not do the same? There is no competition for manual jobs. You can start the same thing. The only place I think competition can come up or whatever is within the corporate sectors, executive jobs. And these African brothers living in South Africa are not corporate workers. They are not doing executive jobs. So tell me how these people are taking their jobs. So please, stop spreading xenophobia across the African continent, because Africa is already facing a lot of political and economic challenges. We don't need another problem. You know your problem is from within. Meet your governments and tell them what your challenges are so that they can be fixed. So my dear South Africans, I urge you, you can do better than this. Killing fellow black is not the way forward. It's like killing your own. Because Africa is home. This is the only place we can call home. If you travel out of this continent, you'll be regarded as a second citizen. But once you are in Africa, any part of the African continent, it is home.
Because most of us here, we are citizens already.
So why are we trying to destroy what is ours? It doesn't make sense.
We should not, as Africans, anywhere, because we are rejected, we are hated everywhere. We should not find it easy to fight with each other. It must be the most painful and the most difficult thing for an African to take up guns and shoot at another African.
Let me tell you, there was a meeting under the bridge. You know about that meeting in Pretoria? And the last meeting where they sold us out was in Senegal, 1994. Google about the shit. Because they said, we're going to give you political power. And then they take the economic power. So
South Africa, I'm advising you, channel your problem to your government. Tell your government to provide jobs. Tell your government to do the needful so that you will get jobs and you will live in harmony with the foreigners in your country. Thank you.